So this is Sally with That's Okay live in the kitchen of sticky rice, and we're getting a smell of it. It's scenting up the house. So we're getting hungry over here, and we're going to start filming sticky rice where we make chicken noodle soup. Stay tuned.
Sabadi. Hi, I'm Sam Kounthapanya. Welcome to another exciting episode of Sticky Rice, brought to you by ThatsSoGayLIVE. Today, I am making a traditional Lao chicken noodle soup, kapia. The ingredients for the rice noodles are 1 bag of non-glutinous rice flour, about 1 bag of tapioca starch, and I have my mixing bowl and your utensils, rolling pin, knife, and your cutting board. So simple. And you also need 3 cups of boiling hot water. So I already started the water in the pot, so just to get things started. And we're going to use this whole bag of the sticky rice flour. And if you have any questions at the Asian market, it's always going to be in a red bag, non-glutinous rice flour, and which is essentially jasmine rice. Then we have the tapioca starch. We're going to do 3 1/4 bag, which is about 1.5 cups. And you're going to save some of it to use to flour the cutting board, prevent sticking. We're just going to mix this all together. My water, looks like my water's boiling already. So what we're going to do is scorch the flour and tapioca mixture. The reason I scorch this is to activate the tapioca, and that way it'll get sticky and combine it with the rice flour. The reason why I use 3 cups is I use 2 cups in the mixture and leaving that 1 cup. So it'll actually seem really sticky because of the tapioca right now. And just keep on stirring this. This is very hot until the mixture goes in. And there is a consistency level that you have to watch for. You can actually feel it right now. It's really dry. So what I'm going to do is add the rest. Be careful not to burn yourself. So we're just going to mix this around, let it cool down for about 5 to 10 minutes until it gets warm. But you don't want it to cool down all the way, because if it cools down all the way, you're not going to be able to knead the dough. I decided to switch to a larger mixing bowl. The reason why is the cool down process. It gives you more space to air out the heat. And then now I'm ready to knead the dough. The kneading process takes less than 10 minutes. Yes. And this show I'm dedicating to you, Mom. I love you. I miss you. Can I say kapia? Can I say hot man lie? Can I say kapia? Okay. And voila! See how this is what the dough should look like? Finish it off on the cutting board. See how I'm putting my back into it? Push it down. And another thing, if you don't put enough water or the correct amount, the actual dough will be too dry and you won't be able to knead this. And if it's too wet, it'll just fall apart. So about 3 cups is a very good amount of liquid to put in with the flour and tapioca mixture for your noodles. So everything's all combined and it should actually look like Play-Doh. It's very glossy and the consistency is exactly like Play-Doh. So I'm just going to take a small amount of dough, flour the board with my tapioca, press down, and both sides. And my rolling pin. So we're just going to roll into, depending on how thick you want the noodles, I do about a 1/4 inch thick. And lengthwise, I do about 4 inches. Or it could be 6, depending on how long you like your noodles.
He's talking about the noodles.
Okay, what I do is cut this in half. So it looks just like this, cut in half. And I make sure there's tapioca starch on the side and on my knife. Well, if you're not used to doing what I'm doing, like this, so you don't cut yourself, just sprinkle it on. So now I'm ready to, I can trim off the excess just to make it easier on myself and still save this. And I am ready to cut. So if you want clean cut noodles, just trim off the corners. And I'm ready to cut. So I'm going to cut about 1/4 or less than that apart. When cutting these noodles, this is how I prefer my noodles, like this. And now I'm done with my noodles. What I'm using is the broth that we made a couple episodes ago. This is the basic chicken broth, which has chicken, sea salt, lemongrass, ginger, cilantro. But check that episode out because it's really easy to do. And now we're gonna turn up the pot, have it boil. Then we're gonna be adding the noodles about little bunches at a time, so it gets dispersed evenly. Let this boil 2 to 3 minutes, and then turn the heat down to medium and let it boil again for 5 minutes, and then put it on simmer the rest of the time. But make sure to stir your pot occasionally because it'll stick to the bottom. And then the soup will thicken up, and actually the noodles, they're really white right now, they'll actually turn clear and have gloss to them. That's when you know your noodles are done. And your soup is ready. Now we are ready to serve our chicken noodle soup, kopiak. And I have here chopped up cilantro, green onions, and our chili sauce that we made a couple of episodes prior. And I just decided to make some fried bread. Traditionally, fried bread goes with this particular soup, and it's delicious. And catch up on all my other episodes on ThatsSoGayLIVE.com and search sticky rice. And you'll find all my videos there, including the chicken broth and the chili paste that we are using today for our chicken noodle soup. We added a little chili paste to the chicken noodle soup to give it some spice.
And some color.
And some color.